late to say you're sorry now. You say you love me, touching on my body. It's not a clean, oh, clean, oh, clean, oh, yeah. It's not a clean, oh, clean, oh, clean, oh, yeah. It's not a clean, oh, clean, oh, clean, oh, yeah. It's not a clean, oh, clean, oh, clean, oh, yeah. You always tell me lies. You never compromise. You promise me you'll do whatever it takes, but then you run and hide. I don't wanna stay. It's time to walk away. I don't wanna play these games. It's not worth the stress and pain.
What's going on, guys? Hang in there for just a minute.
You
We're gonna get
say
the stream started very soon.
love me, touching on my body. It's not a clean, oh, clean, oh, clean, oh, yeah. It's not a clean, oh, clean, oh, clean, oh, yeah. It's not a clean, oh, clean, oh, clean, oh, yeah. It's not a clean, oh, clean, oh, clean, oh, yeah.
Just a second, guys. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I've got to get this started. Just want to make sure everything's good. Let me know if the audio is good in comparison to my voice, the music and stuff, guys. Let me know in the chat below there. Alright, guys. So I didn't get much time to set this up, so forgive me if things don't sound perfect right now. Alright, guys, so pretty interesting stuff happening right now. We just got a break below $7,700 on Bitfinex. So, you know, if you were watching this stream, if you guys have been watching this stream, we've been looking at this price channel here, and we've been expecting this price point to come up. This is literally like in all of my streams, guys. I've been talking about this price point right now. So this is very critical, guys. Super critical point right now. You know, we're either going to get a bounce off of this point that we're at here and create the next upcycle and continue into this channel, or we break below and recover that short squeeze area, guys. Sorry, my phone keeps falling. Sorry, guys, my phone is falling. But yeah, guys, we're either going to bounce out of here, create the next support line right here, or we're going to continue to fall and break right through that support, that short squeeze zone right here. This short squeeze zone is not a support zone, guys, in my opinion. This is not a support zone. This squeeze was a huge loss for a lot of people that were shorting. So, you know, tons of money got, you know, liquidated here. So to me, guys, yes, while a lot of the whales made money on this move, a lot of people made money on this move because of that short squeeze. To me, this is not a strength area. This was a strategic move orchestrated by the whales, guys, the people who are in control of Bitcoin, so that they can make some money on the next pump here. And you know, that's not a support zone in my opinion. you know, if you're looking at this low, all this volume down here, yes, there was a lot of accumulation here, but at the same time, guys, we did not get a real true low. And this short squeeze, I think, was slightly unwarranted in terms of just the way that it played out. You know, this happened within 30 minutes, guys. We had this short squeeze. Nobody participated in this move. Other than the people that accumulated here, nobody was really participating in this other than the whales that created that quick arbitrage and made that quick money right there. But so guys, we are still in this channel right now. We're bouncing off of this mark. If you've been watching this stream, we've been expecting this to come up, guys. In all my last streams, we've been looking at the $7,700 mark as a critical support zone, or, you know, a zone to test, really. And we are getting a slight bounce out of here, which is completely expected, guys. I've been talking about this price point for like the past 5 streams I've done. Some of my streams, guys, if you go into my videos and you'll see like a lot of the streams are missing. I actually unlisted a lot of them because it's just so cluttered when people go into my videos. If I have all my streams sitting there, because I go live like every day, if they're all there, it's just super cluttered. I don't want people to have to sift through like tons of like hour-long live streams, so I kind of unlisted a lot of them just so people can see like what predictions I actually made, and just to make it more simpler for you guys to see. Although I do have everything still there, it's all just unlisted. I think I'm going to make a thing on my website that shows all the unlisted live streams, just if you guys want to see them. But yeah, guys, we're getting that support off of that $7,700 mark a little bit here. We'll see how this plays out. But this is, guys, this is literally exactly what we have been expecting on this channel, guys. If you've been watching this stream, this is literally what I've been talking about the past few streams. Just looking at the similarities between, you know, this channel here. Just the way this played out, guys, is crazy similar. These price channels. You know, you had 1, 2, 3 touches to the downside, 1, 2, and now a third here. Just literally same exact, you know, you had this area, which is almost identical to this area. When you're looking at the 6-hour chart, you have these pumps and these dumps during consensus, guys. This pattern over here, right here, is almost identical to this one right here, just in a much shorter term. Just keep that in mind, guys. Bitcoin is heavily influenced by algorithms and bots and stuff, so a lot of the patterns you see play out again and again, time and time again. But look, let's see what we're seeing here on the 1-minute candle. Getting some support. I'm not really sure if this is enough to create a low necessarily, but we are getting that bounce right in the 7660 area. So right below 7700, which was our target. So that was a pretty good call there, guys. We've been expecting this price to show up for, you know, the past who knows how long, weeks or whatever. What's going on, guys? Crypto Cali OG fan in the house. What's up, man? Christopher Doyle says, hey, corned beef soup is back. This dump looks so delicious. Work tab immersion. Hey, Kevin, what's happening? UK veteran in and locked on for some info. Oh, I guess you're locked onto the stream, you mean? Glad to see you guys. Keep sliding, says Christopher. And Alan says, hey, do you think we are going to break through the bottom of this channel? I mean, like, it's hard to say right now, guys. We'll find out soon. Like, there is support building here, but it's definitely not enough just yet. But, you know, people can step in and get this price moving. I've been talking about this as a short-term support zone. So, you know, I'm not going to guarantee you guys anything, but this is a zone that we've been talking about getting support here. So, you know, we could continue to trade in the channel. It's always hard to make super short-term predictions, guys, because then it comes down to individual people that you're trying to predict, which is very hard. But, you know, I would not be surprised to see a bounce out of here after having such a strong drop-off, considering that we're right here above that short squeeze zone. But, guys, like I said, be very, very, very careful, because if we do break below this zone, covering that short squeeze area is going to be very easy. I promise you that. This is going to be an easy thing to get through. So be careful here, guys. You know, see how things play out. Don't make impulsive decisions. See how this plays out a little bit before you put your money in, because it is possible that we get a bounce up, right? And then the volatility is just still there, and we end up breaking lower again. So just be careful out there, guys. Support isn't all that strong right now, so the bulls really need to step up their game in order to get this thing bouncing once again. Anju, I hope I said your name right. Sir, 1100 can be the target as a support in 2014. Wait, you're saying Sir 1100 can be the target as a support in 2014? No, I don't think guys, I do not expect this to go that low. Ramsey is saying, do you remember my comment on your last video? What's your opinion? I don't know what was your comment on my last video? I'm not sure. I can't remember. You mean, because I have a bunch of live stream videos, so I don't know. Maybe it's one of those ones that I unlisted? So just post your comment again, post your question again, and I'll answer it. But guys, so we're getting a slight rejection here. So it is completely possible that we break through this zone and, you know, just go for that strong downward move into that low 6,500 mark, and we'll see what happens from there. I mean, guys, at this point, we've moved down so much, though, that a bounce up is likely. Like, it's a very probable, but it's just as likely that we don't hold this support and we move down. So, like, yeah, I guess I'm saying it can go either way, which is obvious. Obviously, the price can go either way, but basically what I'm saying is we either get a bounce back into this channel or a complete retracement through the short squeeze zone. Those are pretty much our two options right now, guys. Just from a technical standpoint, those are our two options right now. So support is not looking all that strong again, guys. Once again, support is not all that strong right here. So falling below the zone could very well happen. Aju says, sir, your next target for Bitcoin after this bear market is over? After the bear market is over? Okay, so guys, here are some of my next support zones that I'm looking at. All right. So overall, when you're looking at Bitcoin from a large scale, guys, you see this momentum here pushing the price this way. This momentum pushing the price this way. So there is a slight price squeeze happening, guys, or a pretty obvious price squeeze happening here. Consolidation in the zone. Consolidations don't always end up being bullish, guys. Keep that in mind. So we're exactly at 7,700 now, but you know, price is squeezing here. So if we don't hold this exact price point here, guys, then I think the next support zone from a slightly shorter term is going to be 71 to 72, or anywhere between 7,000 and 7,200. If we don't hold this, guys, we're going to be bouncing off of this. And then from there, you know, we could play in this range, possibly, but we'll see, guys. If the price just ends up dropping straight to 6,000, then that's very bearish, because then, guys, if the price drops to 6,000, then that means this low right here, you know, we're getting a lower low off of that. So the bulls are definitely not going to want to see this happen, because that's, you know, here's this low and we make a lower low. Very bearish sign there. And it wouldn't really meet the requirements to be called a reverse head and shoulders, because the head is much smaller than the two shoulders if this was to play out. So that would not indicate a increase. You know, a reverse head and shoulders indicates an increase in momentum. But if this low ends up being lower than this one, then that is not an increase in momentum. That would actually indicate a decrease in momentum, and we would end up probably breaking lower. So here we go, guys. Support not really holding up here. Sellers are stepping in again. So I see a bunch of comments here. Ramsey is saying, Kevin, I agree with you that when it comes to upward breakout, it will bring many sellers. Oh, I did see this comment. Is not that just what the big investors want? So like, basically, guys, my point of view right now is like this run up that we've seen in Bitcoin overall is just so massive and so overblown and so overbought that I don't think there's even a choice, guys. I don't even think there's a choice at this point but to go lower. But that's just my opinion, guys. So like, yeah, you're asking, you know, you're saying, don't the big investors want the price to go lower? Well, yeah, they want it to go lower for a couple of reasons. They not only do they want it to go lower just so they can accumulate, but, you know, a lot of the big institutions out there are actually shorting Bitcoin still. You know, a lot of the people on the CME, like Chicago and Wall Street and stuff, they're still shorting Bitcoin, guys. And so they're gonna try to get this thing as far extended to the downside as they can, profit from there. so that they can, you know, end up getting a nice upswing and making money again. That's just how I think that's how they're trying to play this out. And I think the Winklevoss twins are actually heavily involved in, you know, controlling the price of Bitcoin as well. Ramsey is saying, if there are no sellers at 2,500, where do the big investors want to take the volume? Well, they'll take it on the way down. They'll accumulate, you know, they'll accumulate all the way down. They're not going to just start at 2,500. I mean, some institutions who are even expecting a drop off below 6,000 are probably buying right now, just so that they have control of the supply. So keep that in mind, guys. The big money will be buying all the way down. Ramsey also says there are probably billions of sidelines that want to be invested. This could easily absorb the sales. The crypto market is a very small market. And Crypto Cali says, I want Bitcoin on sale at 6K. Yeah, I mean, it is still an infant. Bitcoin is still an infant, guys. But we are getting a sell-off here again. So, like, right now, guys, the general population is not interested in Bitcoin, obviously. So, right now, it's like, this is the time for institutions to be accumulating while nobody's, you know, paying attention, guys. And I think, you know, especially if Bitcoin breaks below 6K or this area, people are really just going to think Bitcoin's dead, and that's when the smart money will step in. Once we get below these support zones, guys, you know, the general population will just call Bitcoin a scam, and that is when the smart money is going to be stepping in to scoop the supply that they want. Eventually, you know, once you know, all the sellers are gone and all the Bitcoin is accumulated by these institutions, then you'll see a pushback to higher highs eventually. But you know, Bitcoin is volatile, guys. You can't just sit here and expect Bitcoin to trade horizontally and then bounce up. Like, come on, that's not Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is volatile. Like, you have to expect these things. So we're actually breaking lower now. This low just got lower, guys. So the support was not enough. As I was talking about, I was saying, you know, I was just looking at that before, saying this is really not enough support just yet. So we'll see where this actually bottoms out, guys. This will be interesting to watch. So this is the 1 minute candles, guys. So just keep that in mind. We're looking at this thing really up close right now. So let's see how this plays out right now. I'm gonna see if we can find another lower low here. So pushing to 65 or 76.51, 76.50, 76.50, building sells, selling. Probably gonna get a push below this. Really, if you're looking at the bottom right of the screen here, guys, not any buyers stepping in right now. So we just got below 76.50, and we'll probably see a price push down unless you get some whales to step in. But price is pushing down now. 76.41, 76.39. So we will, guys, look at this, guys. We're sitting here. This is a key level, guys, super key level to be looking at. We're sitting right here, right on this zone. We are breaking through the zone. So as I've been talking about, guys, this short squeeze area is not a support zone. It is not a support zone. So this could get ugly pretty quickly, guys. 76.33, 76.30. Price is still dropping, guys. This is Bitfinex, if anyone who's wondering. 76.30, guys, with really no buyers stepping in at this point. Don't see any buying happening. Any significant buying, rather. What is Ethereum at now? Ethereum is dropping 58. You guys can actually see Ethereum more than I can, because if you look above, you get to see all the top coin prices there. Yeah, Ramsey is saying you're right. It seems like there's no support. There is like not really much support here, guys. I mean, things can change really quickly, though. Things can change very fast, but we'll see. 76.27, still moving down, nearing in on the $7,600 mark, guys. So we are looking for the next lower low, guys. So if we're looking at this price channel that we've been following on this channel, on this stream, so let's just like try to get this lined up perfectly here. So we're actually breaking below the channel now, guys. That bottom support zone has been broken, so we are retracing into that short squeeze area, guys. I have been warning about this incessantly, this short squeeze area is not a support zone. I've been talking about this the whole time. So we're just dipping right through it now. 76.19. Sell's coming in hot, guys. Sell's coming in real hot. The corned beef soup is saying, who in the right mind would try to catch this and go long? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people probably going long right now, hoping that this is a great support zone, but it does not really look that way right now. Still getting that price drop, still not really support coming in. Order book looks pretty bearish, guys. We'll see how many more people panic sell into this. We'll see if we can get that retracement through that short squeeze zone, which is something we've definitely been talking about as a strong possibility. Guys, these trend lines matter so much. Like, technical analysis is so paramount in a speculative market. You know, $7,700 acted as that, you know, we came back to 7,800 here. Just above, it was like $7,800, guys. That was like that zone where the market was testing, are we, you know, is this support or not? And it just clearly wasn't. So we're dropping back through this short squeeze zone. 76.03, guys. Making moves to get below 7,600 once again. So guys, like I said, if we retrace through this short squeeze zone, that's something we've been talking about as a strong possibility on this channel, and I would not be surprised, because this is not a support zone. It's a short squeeze zone. People lost money here. It's not a strength move. So if we can't hold this, guys, we'll be testing, you know, $7,100, $7,200 pretty soon, but we'll see how this plays out. Some support coming in now, so we're getting, actually not really. Not just yet. I mean, you'll probably see a whale, yeah. Whale stepping in now, trying to get a price push. So here's going to be that short-term rebound. So next test, guys. So now we found support, basically $7,600, guys. So here's going to be that short-term bounce. And we'll see how the price comes when it hits about $7,660, guys. You know, $7,700, guys. We're gonna see, is this going to be resistance again, or is this the short-term support? And is this going to bring us back into this channel here and play in this zone? Can't even draw. So this is what we're looking for, guys. Here's that channel. Short-term support. So we'll see, guys. You know, the price could even just reverse from right here. That's completely possible. Because even this is not enough support yet, guys. This is not enough support yet. So, you know, here we go. You're getting a bit of a sell-off. You could just retrace back down here, guys, and just break through this again. Bitcoin is very volatile. Guys, green candles do not equal bull runs. Not all the time. So we'll see, guys. Was this pump enough to start a support trend here? We'll find out just in a second. Or will Bitcoin continue the volatile swing down? So like I just said, guys, we might get a retrace back and continue down. Getting some sellers. We'll see how this plays out. So what the bulls are going to be looking for is this right here. They're going to want to see that price build out like that. But if we can't hold this and break lower, you know, who knows how low we'll go at that point. We could retrace this whole short squeeze zone. This is what the bulls need to see right now. And of course the bears just want this thing to fail. Ramsey saying below 6,400 we could see a panic sell-off. Yeah, I mean, if the price holds below 6,400, we'd definitely see a panic sell-off for sure. So, you know, we might see some short-term support here. We'll see you guys. Crypto Cali, once again, thank you so much for joining the stream. One of my OG fans right there. He says, got to go to work. Thanks for the live feed. Yeah, no problem, man. I'll see you soon. I'm sure I'll see you soon, man. So guys, we're just hanging out here trying to see how this plays out. Will 7600 play as short-term support? We will find out very soon. That line that you just saw there was, you know, if you're a bull, that you want to see the price build now, but if you're a bear, you just want to see this thing fail. And if we fail this, guys, a retrace to there is very likely. Avin says big buyer at 7,200. I mean, I'm looking at 7,200 right here. This is Bitfinex. Doesn't really show anything too massive down there. I mean, there will be buyers down there for sure, though. I don't doubt that at all. All right, guys. So anyone who is just joining the stream now, so support is kind of failing here, guys. But we are basically touching the support zone. Let me clear these lines. And let me get this support zone drawn. So we actually failed the support line here, guys. So we're pretty much at a place where the price can pretty much free fall at any point. Actually, we just got below 7,600, guys. There's that next low. Big sell stepping in. 75.86 now. Big seller just stepped in. So we'll see how far this thing can get pushed, guys. Like guys, I've been warning this whole time about this short squeeze zone not being a support zone, and we are seeing that right now. So guys, this is just a live stream hangout. We're just chilling. Like while you guys are looking at the market, doing some trades or whatever you're doing, you just have this on in the background. I'm just seeing how this plays out right now, guys. 75.77. So we're nearing in on mid 7,500s now. Price continuing to fall. Yeah, guys, that's kind of what this is for. Nothing to see here. Says, hey Kevin, just at work listening to you in the background. Guys, that's pretty much what this is for. A lot of people do very high energy live streams where they have continuous topics. They basically do like a show. My live streams are really just, we're watching the price, we're seeing what happens. Just have this on as sort of like a background noise, just to keep yourself updated and whatnot. A sea of red today, says Christopher Doyle. Yeah, it's pretty bad, guys. It's pretty bad for long-term holders, or for bulls, really. So just getting below 75.50, and we're seeing a bit of support here. So support is stepping in now. So this could be short-term bottom right now. Getting that low at 75.48. This is going to cause some excitement, I think, maybe. Or more volatility, we'll see. Huge buy orders just came in, so I would not be surprised to see this as a short-term, very short-term low. Very short-term low, guys. I'm not talking about this being like a low. Like, I'm just talking about short-term getting a bounce out of here, possibly. But we are below the support channel, so that is a pretty bearish sign. Although the whales might have done this just to trigger stop losses before the next upcycle, but we'll see. We will see, guys. Don't make impulsive decisions. Don't just buy because you see volume coming in. Because as you're seeing right now, it can go the other way still. And that's what's happening. So this is looking a lot more bearish than even I expected, actually. But we'll see, guys. So that support... There's a real fight going on now. Bulls are really trying to push back on this. But the bears are still panicking. Nothing to see here. It says still in cash. I think I made a smart move by holding off on the bounces. Yeah, I mean, clearly you did. If you didn't buy up there, clearly you made a smart move. So right now, guys, 75.48 is the most support we've gotten on this whole downswing so far. So we'll see. Short-term support zone, very likely. But again, that is a short-term support zone that I'm talking about. So now, if this does turn into a run here, a bull run, then we're looking at probably $7,700 to be the next resistance zone to push through, or maybe more like $7,800 is the next resistance zone to push through up here, guys. That would be the next test if this is going to be a bull run, but we'll see. Right now, the bulls need to get some continuation here. We need, continued volume to get pushed in for this to actually become a good low, which we are seeing, guys. Buyers are stepping in now. So, Ivan is saying, what is the song that I'm playing? So it's actually a mix right here. So if you go on YouTube and type in electronic music for studying, it's one of those. It says like electronic music for studying, content creation, focus, and chill. That's the thing I'm listening to right now. So, okay, so you see this, guys? Like, yes, there's a ton of volume here, but you need to see continuation, which it could happen, but it just, right now, the buys just kind of slowed down. Because, like, we're looking at this on the 1 minute. So from a 1 minute perspective, it's like, okay, maybe there's a low here, but guys, not everyone's looking at the 1 minute. People are looking at, like, the 30 minute, and they're in the, the average person is sitting here looking at these charts, 30 minute, 15 minute, really. So this is what's causing the buys. People hoping for an upswing here, but we'll see, guys. Going bearish once again here on the 15 minute. So yeah, you have this push up, but overall, like, checking out this, that resistance kind of is a pretty clear resistance line now. We just saw a huge sell order come in, so this resistance is just controlling everything right now. Dream Surfer says Moon. Yeah, I don't know, man. Be careful. Like I said a million times, this short squeeze zone is not a support zone. So the price flying through this zone is so easy. It will be very easy for it to do. But guys, I think if you're looking to buy right now, just wait for a confirmation for a break above this resistance before you do anything. Not financial advice, just my opinion. So currently the low we created is 75.48. $7,548 on Bitfinex as the lowest low we have now off of this bearish run. And we did break below the channel, so we'll see how the market reacts to that. So guys, we got a channel break, right? So what we're going to be looking for now is getting above this channel. This is what you need to look for now. Can we get above this channel and move through it? Or are we going to come up to the channel and get rejected again and continue on this bearish move? So this is really the key area to look at, which is $7,700, guys. So look at, keep an eye on this zone, because right now until we break above 7,700 again, guys, we are in a bearish zone. Just keep that in mind. So these are the Heikenhashi candles, guys. Just good for trend spotting. So the bulls are stepping in now. But we'll see, guys. Man, the price this is crazy, guys. This is a real war right now. There's so many panic sellers right now, but there's also a lot of buying happening. This is a real fight right now to hold this level. Like, guys, in moments like this, it is a total gamble to put your money in the market. Total gamble. You have no idea. You have no idea what the market's going to decide to do in the next 30 minutes. Like, that's something that is so hard to predict. So, like, it's a complete gamble if you're putting your money into the market right now, guys. Just wait for confirmation. Like, this is why people lose money. Just wait for confirmation. You don't have to. Why do you care about this $76 to $7,700 move? Why is that so significant? Just wait for confirmation before you put your money in the market. You know, like, don't be an impulse buyer. Like, be a smart buyer, guys. Be a smart buyer. Wait for confirmations. Don't just throw your money in. Day trader says I'm buying on the way down. Yeah, I mean, it's at this point, guys, it's a gamble. To me, guys, this short squeeze zone is not a support zone, so getting through this is a very strong possibility. The downward pressure is very strong. I mean, guys, like, let me just go over this again for anyone who might be new to the stream. Just to show you guys this. You know, check out the parabolic lows, guys. Had these parabolic moves, and this should have been the next parabolic low right here. We didn't get that, so now, you know, instead of, you know, looking at it on log scale is actually easier to see. These circles are way too big, but here, let's do this again. Looking at this on log scale, guys, let's go to the weekly so it's easier to see. Price pushing, moving parabolically. Every low is higher than the next, you know, and it's moving parabolically. And then, you know, parabolic move just broke here. So, you know, you have horizontal movement, guys. Horizontal movement off of a parabolic move. To me, that indicates a potential move, you know, a continued bear market. If we can't continue, you know, we couldn't continue the parabolic move. So, you know, getting lower prices is very likely at this point, guys. Breaking below this support zone, I think, is very likely. So don't be surprised, guys. Like, we just had a massive parabolic move. Like, look at this. Are you really going to tell me that you're going to be surprised if we move down here? Would that really surprise you? Come on. Like, look how big this gain is. Like, there needs to be a retracement here, guys. I've been preaching this for months now. All right, so short-term bullish move. So 75.48 is currently the support zone. Although the volume isn't all that strong just yet, but we'll see how it happens, how this plays out. So guys, like, this is a very strong drop-off. So like, with this type of volatility, even if the price bounces to 7,700, you could still get a rejection at that point and move lower. So be careful, guys. Wait for confirmation. Wait for the price to get a little bit more stable, I would say. So from this support zone here, if you're looking at this support zone, actually I guess it would be drawn here. It doesn't always matter where you draw your lines, not always, but we can't even see it from that perspective. So I would say you know, guys, if we don't hold this, we're looking at $7,000 to $7,200 as next support zone if we can't hold this. And then from that area, I would definitely expect, I mean, like, not definitely, because you never know what's going to happen, but I would expect some sort of rebound from there if we don't hold this now. So guys, look at that volume. Check it out. Short-term bounce, but still in my opinion, guys, not necessarily enough volume for a, you know, secure bottom. But it is a decent amount of buying, but we'll see. But yeah, guys, like looking at it from log scale, like you can't tell me that you'd be surprised if this thing comes down. Like, come on. Now, this would be a healthy retracement, guys. Retesting some of these parabolic lows. Be a healthy retrace. Get us nice and low, nice and stable. This is not, I'm not talking about timing here, guys. This is just drawing it for an example. But if we can get nice and stable here, guys, get some sideways movement here, then eventually the momentum will pick back up. All the sellers will be gone, and we will pick back up and run out of here. But we need that retracement first in order to get that. Music is nice today. Camardo says, looking at log scale, what are the chances of us being at mid 2013 instead of 2014? So you're saying, looking at log scale, what are the chances of us being at mid 2013? So over here, what are the chances of that? So I would have to go to CoinMarketCap actually to see that. Mid 2013 is what you're saying. So here? So you're asking me, what are the chances that we're actually here? I would say the chances that we're here are very low, considering what the market looked like here. Very stable, very flat. That's just, no, we're not in mid 2013, guys, in comparison, not at all. This is like mid 2013 here. I'm saying this is mid 2013, but I'm saying in comparison, you know, 2015 would be the most similar comparison to 2013. You know, guys, right now we're sitting. If you actually want to compare the two charts, guys. Looking at this chart here, like we're basically like right here, sort of. So we do have a lot more downside to see if we're going to make a comparison. So I do think that this is going to curl over, and we'll find ourselves a little bit lower than we are now. Get that stable price movement by a little bit lower. I mean, a few $1,000s lower, at least. You get that nice stable price movement, and then eventually push back up. But we will see, guys. So if we can't hold this support, that's going to be pretty darn bearish. But guys, we're looking at these two price channels right now. Just the similarities between these two are pretty insane. So seeing a price fall off here and you know, retesting that area is a very strong possibility. So even though we got a huge transfer of Bitcoin here in this trading here, it does not necessarily mean that it's bullish. But we'll find out soon, guys. We'll see where this low actually gets created. We are on the downside of this channel here, so that is pretty bearish. Once again, guys, those who are watching this stream, this is just like a sort of a live hangout thing. You can have this on in the background while you're doing your stuff. It's not anything super intense. No, corned beef soup. I'm not saying that we're going to go to $60. I'm not saying that at all. That's not what I was saying. I was just comparing the price action. No, we're definitely not going to go that low. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying, guys, is that we retest these areas at least before we move up. get a nice healthy move into this zone, and then eventually, you know, we break back up to the upside and find higher highs again. Guys, I don't even think the bear market has started. Looking at what this looks like, the bear market hasn't even begun yet, guys. ARCRT is back. He says there is no real need to test the low areas. I think there is. Why? Wait, you're saying there's no real need to test the low areas? But what? So you're just saying we should just infinitely moon? Like, yeah, of course that'll be very convenient for you if we just break out of here and go up forever. Like, but it doesn't make sense, guys. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why, what do you mean there's no real need? Of course there's a need. Everybody's sitting on profits. Everybody in Bitcoin is sitting on profits unless, you know, you bought above that zone. Everybody else is sitting on profits, guys. So, of course there's a need. You need to have some healthy retraces before we can bounce out of here. Otherwise you just have everyone sitting on profits, then nobody's gonna... Guys, if everybody, you know, when you're in a market that everyone is sitting on profits, you're just gonna, all you're gonna do is create sellers. That's all you're gonna do. You know, you said there is no real need to test these low areas. So the way that I read that is you're saying there's no real need to test these lows again. That's how I'm reading your comment. I don't know. Maybe I misread your comment, but you said there's no real need to retest these lows. I don't even know what's going on in the chat anymore, guys. But this, we'll see if the support even holds up. So we had a lot, so big sellers stepping in here, guys. So this support could fail. This is, guys, like this is what I'm warning you about. Not necessarily the time to buy Bitcoin right now, because that is not necessarily enough. Like we saw, you know, you can see similar areas like that where buyers are stepping in and it just doesn't hold up. So be careful, guys. Be careful. I don't know, ASDRT, you always criticize me, so I'm just assuming that you're saying something negative. So this support might not hold up, guys. We're below $7,600 again. So there's our support to test right there. And then the next, you know, resistance would be here and here. So, you know, possible double bottom scenario, you know, bringing us up to these areas, and we'll see how the price is here. Also, you know, possibly just break lower and, you know, get through the short squeeze area. Nothing to see here says, I am loving this. So decent amount of accumulation happening here, which is expected. If you're just looking at the way this came down, people started accumulating at 7,700, and then the price, you know, comes down here. A lot of accumulation happening. So there was a lot of people out there hoping for a move up here. But we'll see, guys. There's still big Bitcoin holders out there who are, you know, taking profits still, getting a nice, you know, a nice controlled sell-off. That, you know, if they just dump into this, they'll get the price lower. They won't make as much money. Just slowly take your profits. That's the way to do it if you're a big holder. You don't want to just dump it all at once. I'm just pulling these lines out here just to do it, not because I think this channel's gonna last that long. I just like to do this because the current momentum is obviously to the downside, and we're touching on these critical levels now. So this area acted as resistance, but now, you know, it might be acting as support, but we'll see. MVH bar is saying, who is going to take profit all the way to 5K? Well, all the big holders. Because guys, if you've been buying Bitcoin this whole time, you're still way in the profit zone, guys. Like, look at it. If you're a large holder of Bitcoin, you're way in the profit zone, guys. You're in the green like crazy. Like, you're sitting on huge percentage gains still. Why not take profits into 5K? You know what I mean? Why not? You still have tens of thousands of Bitcoin. You can take profits, you know, anywhere in here. If you were accumulating down here and you're a big holder, you can take profits anywhere. All the big holders. I don't know why that is something to point out. I don't know, Mount Gox, big holder of Bitcoin. Big buyer? What do you want me to say? Big buyer? Hodler? Would you like hodler instead of holder? Corned beef soup is saying because profit is profit, you might. Yeah, exactly. Profit, guys. Profit is profit. Like, it doesn't matter where you're taking it if it's profit. You might as well say they should wait until 100K. Why would they wait until 100K? What do you mean wait until 100K? Guys, we're at $7,600. Why are you talking about 100,000? I mean, guys, clearly somebody, you know, obviously there's panic sellers in here, but clearly somebody is taking profits. And I wonder who it is. The big Bitcoin holders, the big buyers, guys. Like, guys, if like, the market wouldn't be going down right now if people weren't taking profits. So clearly somebody is taking profits, guys. People are cashing in hard right now. Clearly. Like, otherwise, why would we be going down? Shane says, big ballers, shot callers. Yeah, guys, like, if you don't believe me that the big Bitcoin holders are taking profits right now, like... So, like, you know, okay, so... Of course, they're going to keep most of their supply, but why not sell 50% of it to buy 50% of it later on the lower low and make way more money? So I guess it is a contradiction for me to say all the big holders taking profits, because then technically they're not holding Bitcoin. But I'm not saying that they're going to dump all their Bitcoin. Okay, yeah, sorry, I said all the big holders. Of course, not all of them are dumping. That's not what I meant at all. Obviously, there's tons of people that are never, ever going to sell their Bitcoin ever, obviously. Nothing this year says, what about the FOMO sexuals who bought in April Fools? Yeah, ASDRT guy, oh my god, dude, I'm not saying that all the holders are dumping. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying a lot of the big Bitcoin holders are actually working together to take profits in a nice, slow, controlled way. That way they don't just dump it and just pop the bubble, like, immediately. No, corned beef soup, you're saying those who bought Bitcoin at $1, you think they're still holding on to the same coins and waiting? No, they're not. Of course not. Of course not. But the people who bought into this move are probably, you know, all of the people who accumulated like tens of thousands of Bitcoin, all the institutions out there. You know, of course they're still holding on to their coins, guys. But they're taking profits too. Like, obviously somebody's taking profit. Like, what do you, like, how else would this be happening? Like, please explain to me. If nobody was taking profit, please explain to me why this is happening. I mean, guys, if you're looking at the amount of Bitcoin that's been accumulated, like looking at this volume, there really hasn't even been that much of a sell-off yet. Like, this bear market hardly even got started. Like, I'm just saying. Yeah, people taking losses. Yeah, sure, people are panic selling, but guys, like if people weren't taking profits, then there wouldn't be this downward movement. Like, guys, like, it's not even a secret. Like, Mt. Gox is still selling their Bitcoin. Like, there are huge holders of Bitcoin out there that are still selling. Like, that's not even a secret. Mt. Gox selling Bitcoin over the counter. Thoughts? Or though? Guys, I don't think they're only selling their Bitcoin over the counter. Definitely not. They have way too much. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a report about the guys at Mt. Gox like getting afraid at a certain point during this, like, during one of these moves. I gotta pull up the article. Apparently they dumped on one of the exchanges because they just thought there was gonna be like a bubble pop or something. So they do have coins in exchanges that they're selling too, guys. But yeah, I mean, they might be selling mostly into institutions. Shane says it's all profit to me at the same time. Wait, hold on. Shane is saying, it's all profit to me as a small-time miner. I don't stop until it's breaking even for electricity costs. Nothing to see here says, I think this little consolidation means we're definitely going lower. Is that a fair assessment? Corned Beef Soup says, never anything like that. Don't be a fool. So, you're saying, I think this consolidation means we are definitely going lower. Is that a fair assessment? Well, we broke below the channel, guys. So we have to retest first, guys, before we do anything. We're going to be retesting this zone here. Right here. We're going to get a bounce back probably and retest this zone. We'll see if we'll break into the channel again. But this is really just not like, if you're looking at the amount of selling that took place here and you're looking at the amount of buying, yeah, it is pretty bearish. It is pretty bearish. So, like, obviously, overall, I'm bearish on Bitcoin, and I think we're actually going to be going below 6,000 in the somewhat near future. Blaze says the price will reverse at this point. It's possible. I mean, you're getting some buys here. Like I said, guys, you can trade back into the channel here and build. But I think eventually we are going to be selling on to 6,000, selling off into these lows, retesting these lows. Shane says, so this happened on Thursday. Why do you think it's lower than then? I don't know what you mean by that. You said this happened on Thursday. Why do you think it's lower than what? I don't know what you mean by that. Guys, like, yeah, you know, you can gamble here. You could put your money into the market here and hope that we get a reversal. Or you could, you know, make a more secure trade and wait for the confirmation. That's all I'm saying, guys. Dream Surfers is Russia hacked our Bitcoin fake chart. Yeah, wait, what about that? It went to nearly 8K on Thursday last week. So what? This is a lower low. We broke below the channel. I don't know. I don't know what you're asking or saying right now. Look, what do you mean? Why do I think it's lower? We made a lower low. We broke below the channel. This is lower. I don't know. I don't know what you're asking. So we'll see, guys. Like, if we can't hold this, like I've been saying, a retrace into the bottom of this short squeeze is very likely, because this is not a true support zone at all. Getting through this is going to be like butter if we don't hold here. I don't know. I really don't know what you're saying. You said, so this happened on Thursday. Why do you think it's lower than then? What does that even mean? It went to nearly 8K on Thursday of last week, LOL. Okay. It's a lower low. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. For the Bitcoin market, are there any external forces you think are contributing to this low, this new low compared to the last one versus just the nature of the market? Is that better? Yeah, that is much better. So you're saying for the Bitcoin market, are there any external forces you think are contributing to this low compared to the last one versus the nature of the market? I think guys, I think there's just, yeah, the external factor is the lack of interest, the complete lack of interest from the general population. Nobody is looking at Bitcoin. Nobody cares about Bitcoin. Factors. Sorry, factors. Guys, the biggest external factor that's creating these lower lows is a lack of interest in Bitcoin. People don't care about crypto right now. People don't care about Bitcoin right now. If you don't believe me, go to Google Trends and do the search yourself. People do not care about Bitcoin right now. Until we get a reversal in the market and prices are continuously moving up, then people will start to care. But now, right now, guys, people do not care. That is the biggest external factor. And I did this because it's not really external. It's actually, like, obviously, like, interest is part of the market, but Corned Beef Soup says Star Wars is to blame. Yeah, guys, go on Google Trends and just type in Bitcoin, and you'll see that the general population is not searching for it, and they're not searching for crypto. Guys, ASDRT literally criticizes me for anything I say or do. But you know what? Whatever. Like, at least you're here and you're giving me those watch time hours that I need to actually start monetizing, because I'm not monetizing right now. So if you want to be a hater in the chat, that's fine. Create Media Production says, does that matter? People will join later. Institutional money will come in first and drive the price up. Yeah, but guys, why would the institutional money just want to come in here and swoop it up? I mean, maybe they will, but like, why not wait for lower prices? Why not wait for everyone to just think that Bitcoin's dead, and then you can scoop all the supply yourself and then push the price back up? Like, the institutions can actually, because right now, guys, the institutions are still playing with you know, traders and the general population who are holding Bitcoin. If they can break the price down, then they can get, you know, the general population to panic sell. They can accumulate their Bitcoin, create a stable low, continue to accumulate, and then eventually push the price back up, and they can make way more money that way than just allowing the general population to hold on to what they have. They can make way more money by getting everyone to panic sell, guys. Way more money. Guys, a lot of institutions didn't even have time to accumulate down here because of the, you know, the lack of regulation. They had no time. So of course they're gonna be trying to push this thing down with everything they got, in my opinion, so that they can get that supply. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate that. Dream Surfer, I wonder if the economy improving makes people care less about Bitcoin. That's actually an interesting question. It's hard to tell right now because, like, Bitcoin has just hit the mainstream. Well, not really, actually, really not yet, honestly. But Bitcoin hit the news cycles, you know, and with this run up, so we haven't actually had time to really see, because Bitcoin's run up here, guys, was during, you know, the economic bull run that we've been seeing. So we haven't really had time to see how Bitcoin truly reacts to the global markets. You know, people have their theories and stuff right now, but that's uncharted territory right now, guys. We don't really know yet how Bitcoin is going to react to global markets. You're asking, can you in any way see if sellers are exhausted? I mean, that really just comes down to the price, guys. I mean, sorry, to the volume, guys. So, like, right now there is this support here, this resistance here. So I think as long as we are trading in here, I don't think we're really gonna find out yet. I think once we get a price break below this, then we'll see if the sellers are exhausted or not. Because if we just get a short-term dip below here and move up and there's like no selling, like if there, guys, like in order to get this price push down, we need like a strong sell-off. We need like a lot of panic to be set in. And I think the people who are just holding onto their Bitcoin right now, the general population, once they see that they're just losing money consistently, they're gonna give up and they're just gonna sell. I don't even think it's gonna, like, people don't want to hold on to an asset that's not making them money. So as long as Bitcoin keeps doing these downswings, interest will continue to decrease. You know, well, no. So like low volume doesn't always suggest sellers are exhausted. It just means we're consolidating. So like, I mean, in a sense, yeah, maybe, but like, guys, we really have to retest some of these zones to really find out if the sellers are exhausted or not. We're still sitting like right in between these moves. A little bit more to the downside now that we broke below the channel, but you know, we'll find out soon, guys. If this breaks lower, I think you'll see a lot more sellers stepping in here. Beatmania IDX is asking me, what do I usually use for sorry, you're saying what time frame do I normally use? So like I mean, guys, so let me just go back to linear. Normally I use the linear chart and I'm looking at the 3 to 1 day actually. This is like normally, guys, I'm literally just looking at it like this normally. Cuz like you can't just sit here in these smaller zone, like in these smaller time frames and look at it like this. You won't have any idea what's going on. You need to look at the big picture, guys. You need to see where people are buying, where people are selling, and you can make your, you know, you can make predictions way easier that way, guys. But anyone new who's joined this stream right now, we've been looking at these channels here, just the incredible similarity between these price channels right here. So that price channel in comparison to this one. Just almost the exact, this one's a little different now that we're getting a lot more bearish here, but it's very, very similar patterns happening here, guys. And I think retesting the 6,500 mark is really not that far out of the question. So like what the bulls need to see this thing build. So therefore they need to see this thing basically ride on this support. This is what the bulls need to see. They need to get a bounce off of this right here. They need to bounce this, get a bounce right here, get some support here. So if they, you know, want to keep seeing this thing moving, but if we end up just dropping back and testing 6K like this, if we just come back and retest the 6,000, then you know we've made a lower low off of this low, and that's a very bearish sign. If we retest 6K, very bearish sign. Of course, you'll get a bounce off of that, but still very bearish. So we're seeing a decent amount of accumulation right here, guys, but haven't really seen any huge buys just yet. So if we just draw a support line from where we are now, we're sitting sort of like right here. This previous resistance zone is now acting as a little bit of support here. So we'll see, guys, but like if we can't hold this, we're just gonna probably cut right through this. And like, of course, if we create like a bearish flag, like if we just stick into this zone here, we'll break lower. Like that's just super bearish. If we're sticking in here, if we can't get a bounce out of this, we're gonna definitely be testing these lows again. So yeah, I hope I answered your question there, Beatmania. For like when you're trying to do an analysis on like volume and stuff, just use your you know, your longer term weekly, 3-day, 1-day, 12-hour. That's really what you need to look at. Although, like, you know, it's always good to look into the details here. I mean, I always look at, like, you know, other than the 1 week, 3-day, 1-day, 12-hour, 4-hour is probably my most used time frame. I like the 4-hour a lot. The corned beef soup is asking, from a very macro point of view, the U.S. economy is approaching a tipping point. Federal interest rates are low. In fact, I'd consider a bad economy good for Bitcoin. I mean, that's a tough call. It's a tough call. I mean, like, yes, a lot of people are imagining that Bitcoin would be a good hedge against the, you know, traditional markets. Although, from what we've seen, guys, Bitcoin has actually kind of been following the overall market in a very weird way. So this is the 1 year. So like so like, yeah, guys, Bitcoin is sort of following the markets in a very strange way. So where's our 1 year mark? So last July would be right here. So this is the 1 year for Bitcoin. And this is the 1 year here for the Dow Jones. So like, obviously it's hard to compare with this small chart here, but you know, you topped out January 30th pretty much, and Bitcoin topped out mid-December. So overall, guys, like, Bitcoin almost trades as a precursor to the global markets, but that's not necessarily true. That's just what it appears to be. But overall, guys, Bitcoin is really in uncharted territories right now. We don't know just yet how it's going to react to the global markets. Like, really what I would like to see, guys, is I would like to see a major pullback in the U.S. markets, the U.S. economy, really just to see how Bitcoin reacts. That's what I would love to see. Because right now, guys, since basically the inception of Bitcoin, we've just been on an upswing, complete upswing the whole time. So that people making money has helped Bitcoin rise. So if you're looking at it in that perspective, people making money on the market here has helped Bitcoin rise as well. So keep that in mind. Like, a lot of people like to think that Bitcoin is a hedge against the U.S. markets, but that is not necessarily true, because all we've seen is just a rise in the markets, and you know, Bitcoin has benefited from the overall rise in the market. So we will have to see. Only time is going to tell, though. So we're getting some sideways trading here, guys. So depending on how much sideways trading here, you know, altcoin markets might see some runs depending on the amount of sideways trading we get. But yeah, guys, that is probably going to be it for me for this stream. If anything crazy happens, I'll probably go live. But, you know, we've seen a lot of downward movement here, so, you know, some upward action might be possible short term, guys. But overall, as you know, I am bearish on Bitcoin. I do expect us to retest some of these parabolic lows before we can make a major move up. But, you know, a lot of the bulls out there are saying, you know, they're telling me I'm wrong. They're telling me, guys, look, there's still a parabolic swing here. Some people think that there's still a parabolic move happening here. Like if you're looking at it like this, you know, you would pretty much have to create a low right here in order to consider this parabolic. But when you're looking at it from log scale, guys, or even just linear, guys, it's not a parabolic move anymore. Not at all. I mean, we're trading sideways. Look at this. No longer parabolic. So I do expect us to retrace back into that 6K area, find a new low, you know, get some real stability in here, because this is not stability at all. You know, getting bounces from 6,500 to 10K is not a stable market. So I think we're going to retrace this area, create an environment somewhat similar to this. It's not going to be the same, but I think it's going to be, you know, we're going to get a sort of a very quiet period in crypto, and which will be overall very good for crypto, and then we'll probably bounce back up, hit some higher highs eventually. But guys, thank you much for joining the stream. I appreciate you guys all coming in. A lot of familiar faces, and actually a lot of new. Dude, Caprithio, my man, you come in every time I'm about to end the stream. Every time I'm about to end the stream, you're like, yo, what's up? You're always late, man. Yo, you gotta hit that bell button, dude. Hit that bell button. A lot of new faces in here too, which is great to see. So, guys, I appreciate you coming in the stream. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope you expanded your, you know, view on, you know, how these prices are moving. But yeah, Chris, thank you so much for that. Jono, I hope I said that right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it a lot. Hit that bell button, subscribe, like the video, so you can always know when I'm going live. Usually, guys, I go live when things are happening. When interesting things are taking place. It's usually like when I like to go live. You know, I don't like to go live when we're just, you know, trading sideways and stuff. So, but guys, thank you so much, and I will see you soon.